Yes, indeed. It is called Lothric, where the transitory lands of the Lords of Cinder converge. In venturing north, the pilgrims discover the truth of the old words. The fire fades, and the lords go without thrones. Saint of the Deep. Farron's Undead Legion, the Abyss Watchers. Reclusive lord of the profaned capital. Yon the Giant. Only in truth, the lords will abandon their thrones. And the unkindled will rise. Nameless, accursed undead, unfit even to be cinder. And so it is that ash seeketh embers.
Oh. Well, no, never mind. I thought I heard something.
I know you.
Oh. I heard electricity. Nothing else.
I hear you now. Alright, tight.
Oh, I've been disconnected.
The headphones. Alright, tight.
Oh, I've been disconnected.
The headphones. There's a delay.
It's pretty good. I can see.
Camera?
Yeah.
Can't hear you. It's weird because I can hear.
Huh?
It's weird because I can hear.
That's an extreme delay.
Yeah, there's just 7 seconds. Wait, I can hear. Do you still hear it?
That's an extreme delay.
Yeah, there's just.
I don't hear anything in my head.
I don't know if it's a bigger cut up there. Maybe better. We may just have to do it this way and get like. It's a little live sounding. What's up, man? It's a little live sounding, but yeah, we'll just do it this way.
Okay, and can the Twitch stream hear you?
Yeah.
You should, okay.
So the audio you're hearing, it's a little isn't from the PS4. The audio you're hearing is on Twitch stream.
Okay.
If that's annoying, I can switch it. Now that we know, we can get it. I can switch it. The audio.
Luckily, it's low enough because I'm not getting anything.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna try and speak around it.
Okay.
Because what I want to do is, I got this Twitch stream playing here, and I want that to be synced.
Okay. All right. Well, we are going on ahead, whether you can hear me or not. Okay. Let's do this. All right. So, for all of you Dark Souls newbies, in case you are a newbie, the stamina bar, the green bar at the bottom, is your life. The red bar is technically your life, but the stamina bar is actually your life total. Because stamina is what determines everything in the game. It's how you dodge, it's how you run. Every attack takes up a chunk of stamina. Whenever you block, it slows down your stamina regen, so let me depreciate it. So you want to block, it's going very slowly. Also, when you block,
It's really like live sounding.
shield takes the damage into your stamina rather than taking away from your health. And if you take an attack that's more than your remaining stamina, it's staggering. So stamina determined is all combat based on stamina. The wild patch reviews. Alright. So, we're going to press R3, we're going to lock onto this enemy. There's no one else around. Okay, he's coming for us. You can see how I blocked that attack. And I took a little bit of damage. And we're back.
PS4 one.
Run away! Scary. My leg?
Alright, good.
Okay.
I'm seeing if I can get the skull candy one.
I one-shot that guy. That's crazy. I wouldn't think they'd give you a weapon powerful enough to one-shot opening the game.
What
Night class.
Oh, night?
Yeah. I nugget. English nuggets.
Let's see if this works. Registering?
Is what registering sound?
Yes, this. Anything?
7 seconds.
This is louder? Yeah, it's a little like, you can actually hear. You can hear it better than the other one? Yeah.
Ah, these aren't as fluffy. Good? Okay, cool. Alright, we got 4 people back in the cast. Alright. No more resets, I promise. But, maybe. Okay. Alright, so we've killed the bad man that was over there. We've killed him. His body is here. And we can, let's bury him. Let's give him a proper burial place. He was mean, and he aggroed us when we didn't do anything to him, but he deserves a proper burial. Unlike Lautrec, who does not deserve proper burial. Or Patches. Patches can die in Blighttown, for all I care. Well, he doesn't want to go. Okay, so let's continue. So like I was saying, stamina bar is your life, even though your red bar is technically actually your life. So don't forget to miss this item. Rule number 1 about Dark Souls is... Actually, this is rule number 1. This is just a rule. Explore every possible avenue. So when you're coming out here, you can see that that is obviously forward, but there's also side path. You want to take side paths first. A lot of times side paths will double back to the main path, so you don't even need to run back at all, which is nice. Although, maybe that's not quite as true in Dark Souls 3. There is a bit of running back, but I know in other Souls games there's a lot of doubling around and whatnot. And it does that a little bit later in Dark Souls 3, now I think about it. Let's see. And avenues doesn't just include avenues that seem obvious. Sometimes you'll be standing on a ledge and you want to peer over all of your ledges. So let's pretend like right here is a drop and then here is a ledge. You want to peer over every ledge to make sure there's nothing below you can drop onto, because those are usually some hidden goodies there. Okay. Kill you. I'm gonna have to practice parrying in a second. Alright, we have an Ashen Estus Flask, which I will never use. You can if you want to, if you're one of those magic type weenies. But I do not. Alright, let's show off a parry if I can pull one off. Okay, he's gonna come at me. L2, I'm going to do that to his attack. And we're gonna see if I can get a parry. There we go. And then you press R1 once you hear the big animation sound effect. And you should be able to get a front stab rather than a back stab. Very useful for bosses that are vulnerable to it, who would otherwise be very hard to fight, such as the opening boss of this area. And you can see they're giving you very, very upfront little tutorial setups. This guy's obviously standing here just so he can get backstabbed. A little lame how they do that, but I guess they do that in Dark Souls 1 as well. Although there's not really, you know, a much better way to do it in a game like this. To get steps like this. Here they're teaching you that just because it's on the ground doesn't mean it's not hostile. Turn back. So this is a developer message. A player didn't put this down. The players can put messages down, but here in this opening area, you're seeing messages that are actually in the game. If you're playing offline, you'll still see them. And they're telling you turn back. which is obviously goading you to go forward. So that's what we're going to do. And it's nice what they do here, because obviously we're heading into a fearsome encounter, and they make this water so that you can't walk through it very well, and sprinting is only regular walking. So you see, as soon as I get out of the water, I'm sprinting again. So here it's a pseudo gate that bars behind you, so that we get into this encounter. Backing out is not advantageous because it's hard to escape. Although you can just roll through it, so it's not really hard, it's just more difficult. So then we see this. First, if we're not paying attention, we'll walk in, and we're just going to see that over there, and we're going to maybe run towards it, and we'll aggro this guy without paying attention. So now we're fighting Mr. Giant Crystal Lizard in all of his glory. Dodging out of the way. Smack, smack, smack. Ooh, get a front stab. We got there. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. All right. So see, I backed out, even though I could have hit him one or two more times, except I could not have because I was out of stamina. And when you're out of stamina, that means not only can you not hit them, you can't dodge. So even though he wasn't attacking, I needed to back off because if he did attack, I would be out of stamina. Ooh, I have been hit. And another front stab. There we go. Usually if you hear a big doom sound effect, that means that the enemy has been staggered, which means you've dealt so much damage to them that they couldn't, that they broke out of their form, and you could take advantage of it just like you could take advantage of a parry or riposte or backstab. This works for bosses too. If you ever hear that happen on a boss, it probably means that if you find their face or their back, you could probably get a good visceral attack in on them. Alright, get through this water. Also, pro tip, I'm controlling the camera. So we're looking at the controller. Your thumb is going to be here on the stick to control the camera, but your thumb is also how you hold circle to sprint. Normally, you're at the mercy of the game's camera. You see how I'm just holding the sprint button and moving around, and the camera's following me. In what it would assume is be an advantageous way. But if you want to, say, look behind you while you're running, with a PS4 controller, what you're going to want to do is keep your thumb on this stick, and then pull your pointer finger up so you can put it on the circle button. So now, I'm holding down sprint with my finger, but I can also turn around and keep sprinting away from something at the same time while watching it. So that's very good if you're being chased, or if you simply like camera control while you're sprinting. This works in every Souls game. This is also what I love about the Steam controller, since I'm playing on PC. Steam controller has extra buttons under. You got buttons right here, and you can program this button to sprint, so now you can keep your thumbs naturally there, and then you just kind of squeeze to start sprinting. Alright, so we're going up here. Ooh, pretty vista. And we're already seeing hints of stuff to come. If you look to the right, we're seeing a view that we'll come back to later in the game. And we're also seeing our destination over there. And here's our first bonfire. Resting at bonfires, highly advised. There we just got our Estus flasks recharged, we just got rest. Okay. So you can see, obviously we're guided to think it's mano a mano with that guy, but if we're not paying attention, we'll miss the guys that are over there. At this range, though, it doesn't seem like we'll aggro. Yeah, these guys seem pretty docile, at least from this range. So that just taught you how to jump while you're sprinting. Press down on the left stick, your movement analog stick, and you'll be able to make a jump. That's what we're gonna do. There we go, we made it. We got, god dang it. That's fine. In here, this teaches you, you can do a falling attack. You press R1 while falling. Slam, it's dead. How convenient. Oh, I thought there was a guy over here. Oh, I was wrong. And dead. See, there's a guy down there. Oh, we could go ahead and get a fallen attack right here. Don't even care. There we go. All right. Got us some fire bombs. Fire bombs are very useful for the boss coming up very soon, especially during his second form. Oh, I have been hit. You know, given how little health we have, I'm going to go ahead and rush to the bonfire now, just because. Oh, you're not dead. There we go. Gotten all these fading souls. Don't care. And for anyone, all 5 of you listening, I want you to know, if you're planning on getting Dark Souls 3, and you've never played a Souls game before, stop, you fool. You need to play Dark Souls 1 first, for a couple of reasons. One, there's a lot of references made back to Dark Souls. Ah, I did the same thing. I did the same thing again. There's a lot of references made back to Dark Souls 1. Even if you're not following the story, there are gameplay and area references to Dark Souls 1 that are impossible to ignore or to miss. And if you haven't played Dark Souls 1, you're going to miss out on some of those references because this game is very intrinsically tied back to 1, although it does acknowledge 2 to some degree. Second reason is because Dark Souls 1 is cheaper. You can acquire Dark Souls 1 for like 20 bucks right now, max. And of course we got the Steam Summer Sale coming up, so it doesn't really matter. It's going to be like $1.20 pretty soon. And if you don't know for sure if you're going to like a Souls game, playing Dark Souls 1 first is a great way to try it out. Plus Dark Souls 1 is honestly just the better of all 3 of these games. The level design's a lot tighter. The characters are more interesting, a little bit, but characters are pretty interesting in this game. Although Dark Souls 3 is not a disappointment, this is still a great game. Alright, so we're seeing the boss, we're seeing some story bits and some foreshadowing to the how the boss design is going to end up. We've got this weird thing coming out of his back. Giant grave, don't know whose giant grave that is. That's still kind of a mystery in the lore. See, is there an item back there? No, okay. Later there'll be an item back there. Spoilers, though. And we're going to check our ledges. Nothing to drop off down here. So let's go ahead and take on Eudix Gundyr. Alright, and we're going to see how good or bad I am at parrying in just a few moments. I'm bad. Ooh, that was lucky. He missed on purpose. He's just being nice. There we go. See, parryable bosses, it's very convenient. And he's got quite the reach. There we go. A little bit of delay there, it seems. And let's heal while he's down. And then get out of the way. Ah. This boss is really cool because his moves are, they have a long range. So you're learning to dodge a lot more here than you would be against some enemies. You know, that's the thing about... I didn't realize he's already this far down. Okay, so he's in the second phase now. Where he's a very different boss all of a sudden. And he's not fun. Whew. See, I need to back up when I don't have stamina. Oh, hello. Oh, I almost fell off the edge. Woo. Woo. All right, he's almost... Oh, I have perished. First death. First death. I can't believe it. I'm sorry. I apologize. I should have been better. I should have been more prepared. I'm so sorry. Although, Eodix Gundyr is a boss, you'll get some decent experience fighting. Hee. Spoilers. Unknowing spoilers. Whoop. Oh, it didn't seem like he even noticed. And now we've got a boss fog wall. And there are our souls over here. Okay, here we go. First try. First time. I don't know why I said first try. That's very strange. Woo! Watch out. Now, not every move of his is parryable, I believe. Obviously, that punch can't be parried. I believe that can be. There we go. But it's always just pick a move that you can learn the timing of. I missed an opportunity there, but that's fine. Whoa, hello. He got me with the uppercut. Oh, he's already going this way. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and heal just because this guy can do a lot bigger damage during this phase than he can in the previous phase. Just like that. I didn't even bother dodging. You know, because we're gonna get there anyway. Oh. Okay. And then make sure you always maintain a little bit of stamina. Still got me. Oh, I did not anticipate a second attack. And there goes down Eodix Gundyr. You got the coiled sword. And every boss drops a bonfire so that you can always warp to safety after you've killed one. You don't have to. You can go back and level up. You don't have to traverse further territory to another bonfire. It's a little awkward in some areas, though. It seems like the decision to add bonfires at the end of every boss fight was added later. There are some instances where you'll get a bonfire immediately after a boss room. So like, there's absolutely no way you could die, basically, unless you fall off the ledge on purpose. So definitely seems like they designed the levels first and anticipating that you wouldn't get a bonfire at the end of every boss, and then they added the bonfire for the boss fight mechanic later. Okay. And if this were a lore through, I would be talking about all of the items I'm picking up and stuff, but this is not a lore through. If you want a lore through, I can go and give it to you later at some other point. I'm just picking up all the items for you, making sure you see how this game works, and giving you some tips for early game. Whew. Should have blocked. And he shouldn't have attacked me, because that's how you die. You attack the unkindled one, you're gonna face consequences. Son. Alright. See, we're checking. See, this looked like almost an alternate path. Let's see. Here we go. Obvious fast style opportunity, and we're gonna kick him off the edge? Yes, we are. Ah, beautiful moment. So we're taking the alternate paths first rather than the obvious paths. Obvious paths are bad. That's obvious. Walk the road less traveled. Oh! Yeah! Stupid dog. Dogs are the worst. Alright. Alright. Oh, I bet I can make that if I jump. Maybe not. Maybe the angle doesn't work. Let's try it. Ho ho! We got there. Is there an item back here? Yes, there is. Second homeward bone of the area. I wonder. Nope, jumped up quite high enough. Unfortunately. Ooh, I can show you guys a secret in a little bit. Ember. Some nice little secrets. Now let's kill these guys. Interesting, they don't get up. I figured they would aggro you as soon as they see you. Okay. So first thing. This guy, do you see the man standing up there? He is known as the Sword Master, I believe. I believe that's his canon name. We call him Naked Katana Man. Probably don't want to try fighting Naked Katana Man this early in the game. Oh, we aggroed him. There is a way to cheese him. They made the path there narrow with a cliff on the side for a reason. In case you want to kill him early, you can just kind of goad him to falling off the edge right around here or even up there. However, I don't like cheesing things, so I want to fight him legitimately if I can. But we'll do that some other point. Just know that he's there. Let's see. And we continue. We're gonna take the main path now. Alright, we are in Firelink Shrine. This place again. Yes, this place again. Firelink Shrine is an area from Dark Souls 1. But you wouldn't know that if you haven't played Dark Souls 1. Which you need to. Alright, so there's people to talk to. And we can embed the Cold Sword here. We've got the Firekeeper. We've got Andre the Blacksmith back there. We've got the Shrine Handmaid. But before we talk to all these people, I'm going to show you a little secret. So, secret spoilers. Not a story spoiler. This is just, if you want to find things yourself in this game, just close your eyes and your ears for a moment. I'm going the whole wrong way. All the live long day. You want to go up here. So, from outside the shrine, you're going to want to take a right. You're going to go up here. You're going to go outside these here. Now, if you play Dark Souls 2, you'll recognize this is a giant tree. Apparently, giants in Dark Souls 2 turn into trees. I don't know how that works because there are giants in Dark Souls 1 as well, but they're not nearly like that. It's like a different race. Okay, so we found an item here, so deserted corpse, okay. Now, you can see, if you are an astute observer, there's a ladder here, and you can kick down the ladder so it'll extend, and we can start using it. The most odd... Oh, is there something back here? I forget. No, okay. So, this door is locked. We're going to need the key to the bell tower, which we'll get in a little bit. Not soon, but just a little ways into the game we can get the tower to the bell, or key to the bell tower pretty soon. Normally, you'd be going up this tower, across that bridge, down there, and actually you drop off the bridge to that broken part of it right above my head, and then you would get onto here, you knock the ladder down. However, there is a way to get up here right now if we wanted to. It's a little complicated, or a little tricky to pull off, but basically, yes, exactly. It's exactly what that guy just did. You want to sprint at this tree. You're going to want to jump over towards that ledge while you're doing your jump. And then you, if you're lucky and if you're good, you should be able to land right over there on top of it. Let's see if I can get it here. Nope, not even. The key is like getting yourself to catch and like go farther up the tree. Maybe. Let's see if I can get it. One more try. No, okay. Although I was able to go up the tree, you can see that it is possible. I don't think they've patched. I believe this tree is there for a reason, so that you can make this possible. I said that was the last try, but now I'm mad. I want to make it. So close. We'll get there. We're gonna get that item. I want it. Give it to me. And no. It is possible, I swear. I've done it in my game. Okay. We'll get that later. Okay. And whee! Silly shortcuts, Christian. Oh, I just heard myself. It's funny. Alright, alright, alright. So. And we're back here. But now we've already explored. No more items to pick up, no more secrets to unravel. So we're just going to head straight up to Firelink. And ignore all these bad guys. I never killed you guys, I don't think. Well, that's fine, that's fine. Okay, okay, okay. Now, we should be able to make this drop. And we got there. Okay. Embed the coiled sword. Alright. So now, let's talk to the Firekeeper.
Welcome to the bonfire, unkindled one. I am a firekeeper. I tend to the flame, and the lords have left their thrones. To this end, I am at thy Ashen One, to be unkindled, sovereignless souls will become. I will show thee how, Ashen One.
Okay.
Farewell.
So basically, oh, my souls are up there, I think. Teehee. Let's go back and get those, so that we can get some levels. So, essentially what she just said, she just gave you the mission statement of the game, essentially, is that all of these thrones over here, these large chairs, all except for that one, because there's actually a guy there, right over my helmet. He's hard to see. I wouldn't be surprised if people have played the whole game without noticing that he's there. But all 5 of these thrones need to be filled, and yet 4 of them are empty. So we're going to find the people who are supposed to sit in them. We're going to kill them, bring them back here, and then that's how that is the mission statement for the game, is that we're going to fill up these thrones, use them to help bring fire back to the worlds, and delay the Age of Dark, if we can. And she's going to be our level upper. So let's talk to Mr. Crestfallen.
Ah, another one
Also
roused from the sleep of death. Well, you're not alone. We unkindled are worthless. Gives me conniptions. And they'd have us seek the lords of sin. But we're talking true legends with the metal. Don't you think?
So, a couple things he noticed there. I'm just going to go into the lore a little bit. So he mentioned that he implied that we woke up from death. As you saw, we came up from a grave, so we are undead. He also said us unkindled, which not only means that we're unkindled, means he's unkindled too. Now there are implications with unkindled that we won't get into until later in the lore, because it's a little bit of a plot twist, sort of, with one of the endings. Basically, there's always a crestfallen character, a guy who sits around at your home base and is mopey and sad and tries to depress you. But then
asking us
he ends
to
up
seek the lords of the talking.
He doesn't come around, but he ends up becoming more active, but always in a bad way. He usually turns on you. Most NPCs do. All right, and let's not forget the Shrine Handmaiden.
Pleasure to make thine
Ashen One.
I am but a humble hand. Weapons, armor, I've lots of little things. And yes, I'm Ashen One, as is thy want.
So she's our merchant here in Firelink. We can sell items to her if we have junk and we just want more souls. We can buy stuff from her. Some convenient stuff. We can buy embers, which help us play multiplayer and give us a health boost. Some useful stuff. We could buy some gear from her if we wanted to as well. But night gear is really good starting gear and stats, so we should be good there. And then we've got Andre the Blacksmith. He's going to level up our weapons.
I am on. As a humble, your ends are toilsome. Let me, I am a smith.
Now, what's interesting is that Dark Souls 1, you could upgrade your weapons, shields, and all of your armor. But in Dark Souls 3, you can only level up weapons. Now, I know Dark Souls 1, it was almost never worth upgrading your armor unless you had just a whole bunch of extra stuff lying around and just wanted to invest it in something. But it seems like, alternatively, they could have just made it more useful. Rather than just taking out upgrading your armor entirely. It still works fine either way. But yeah. Also, a lot Estus. So if you don't use magic like I don't, you don't really need Ashen Estus Flask because that reveals your magic bar basically. So I'm going to go ahead and move all of my Estus Flask slots to Golden Estus rather than Ashen Estus. So I've got more health. I don't know why they have repair equipment in this game at all. My equipment never got degraded. I hear that your equipment does degrade, but every time you set it to the bonfire, it repairs it. So I really don't know what the point of this function is. It's certainly not utilized strongly enough in the game to really be worth the feature. Okay. And the infusions is basically you give your weapons elemental upgrades, and then reinforcing is upgrading them, making them do more damage. And those are all the NPCs here in Firelink as of now. Oh, and let's talk to Ludlith of Courland up here. I almost forgot about him even though I played this game. Although he's not very useful right now. Lords, I'm Ludlith of Courland. You can tell he's got no legs. He licked the fire and lost his legs, it looks like.
Become if substantiation be thy will, this sad cadaver.
Okay. He'll be more useful later. Right now he's just a talker. But after killing, I believe it's the first boss? No, second boss. After beating the second boss, depending, as long as you don't unlock like the end game boss early in the game, which is possible. Second boss will make him more useful because he'll be able to take the souls of bosses you've killed, and instead of using or getting them to give you currency, you can use them to create cool weapons and gear and whatnot. Alright, so let's level up.
Very well, then take no.
We got 7,000. How many levels do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. You have 6 levels. Okay. Well, you know me. I'm going to go... Definitely strength, vigor, endurance, vitality, and then let's do strength and vigor again. Yeah, that works.
Farewell, Ashen One.
Okay, now I don't know why it's called vitality, but the 4 stats are just leveled up. Vigor is your health bar. That's why I have a little bit less health, because I've gotten more health, but I haven't fully healed yet, so I'm not at full HP. My endurance bar went up. That's the green stamina bar. That is your lifeline. Vitality, I don't know why it's called vitality. It doesn't make any sense. It sounds like vitality is like synonymous with vigor, basically. But vitality is how well you bear weight of the items you have equipped. So right now, my sword, shield, and my armor set is all attributing to my weight. As you can see here, if you look in the top right, my weight, you see my equipped load is 34.1 out of 56. 56 mean, it's imaginary pounds, I suppose. 56 is how many pounds I can wear before I become encumbered, and I just really can't play encumbered. And you can see there's a weight ratio of 60.9%. If I get to 70%, I will be moving very slowly. Let me see if I can get there with something. No, I don't think I have enough to really... Yeah, I don't have enough stuff. But if I got to 70% or over, I'd be moving up very, very slowly. My rolls, instead of being that fast, would be really sluggish. Like I wouldn't be up until, let's see, starting the roll up now. Like it's very bad to be fully encumbered. Right now I'm at medium weight, which is between 30 and 70%. Within medium roll is fine. A lot of people really like being at low weight, so you want to get below 30%. That's why you want to increase vitality a lot, so you can wear as heavy armor as you can while being at least under the 70% weight ratio, preferably under 30% if you can manage it somehow. Again, don't know why it's called vitality. That doesn't seem like it's related to the weight you bear at all. In Dark Souls 1, it was rolled into endurance, so leveling up your endurance would increase your equip load and your stamina bar, which is really nifty. But they have divorced those two stats, those traits. So here's the thing, the game doesn't tell you what to do after this. You can rest at the bonfire, and now you've got all of these new items and travel. Why they don't like tell you? Maybe the firekeeper said something about it, but it seems strange that in order to get out of fire, like they would make you warp out to an area, you know, using a function they don't really tell you about and that you've never used before, and until you figure out you're stuck here in this area. But you want to warp to the High Wall of Lothric. Where the transitory lands of the Lords of Cinder converge. All right. Look at that mace. Look at that mace. Oh, that's the thing I should mention. Okay. So, normally, L2 is parry. However, every weapon you use has a skill, including your shield. Let me show you real quick. So, you can see... There we go. You can see with this longsword, it tells me just kind of like, oh, it's a longsword, it's hack and flash. It also has skill stance. So stance is a skill that basically means, let's see, that's two hand with triangle. Stance means that when I hold L2, I go like this. And now my R1 and R2 attacks are going to be modified. R1 will be an uppercut that will break their shield guard if they have their shield up. So this is very good against like heavily shielded guys. We'll see later in this area. And breaking their guard will also give them, make them stagger. So you will be able to get a visceral attack on them if you position right. At least you should for most enemies. And then R2 is going to be a long lunge that is very nice as well. Now our shields skill is parry, but there are other shield skills. You have spell parry, which means you can parry physical attacks as well as if there's a spell coming at you, you can parry the spell. Obviously you don't get a visceral attack off it, but that sounds like it's very nifty. I haven't used it myself, just because with magic abilities I usually just dodge. But there's also, with heavier shields like great shields and whatnot, you get shield bash. There are also shields, medium shields, that will let you use your weapon, your right-hand weapon's skill, even though it's not, you're not two-handing it. So normally, with this sword, I would only be able to go into stance if I'm two-handing it, because I've got my shield and L2 is parry. However, there are some shields that don't have parry, they have weapon skill, which means that if I hold down L2, I would automatically go into this. Without having to transition. And then as soon as you let go of your stance, you go straight back to have your shield out. Okay, so enough talking. Interesting, don't know why that's there. Lore. Okay, so let's get out and face the day, shall we? I think we shall. Oh, vistas. Yes, High Wall of Lothric. All right. Go down these stairs. Check this out, because you always want to check these out. Oh, this doesn't look like it's leading anywhere. Alright, so we got a first bonfire of the area. Okay. Lore things. Lore questions I have. This is great about the Souls games, that when you're first playing, you may not really think there's much of a story It's very easy to miss. It's mostly told through item descriptions. But the story is also told really well throughout the world. So these trees with undead growing out of them, there's some lore implications to this. There's still a lot of theory going on, puzzling out what this means. I don't want to talk about it right now, since this is a walkthrough rather than a lore through. But there's a lot of ways that this area seems kind of bland at first. It seems pretty straightforward, but there's a lot of hints to a story in the background. So here, we could go down one of these two obvious paths. See, I believe this is going to be in a dead end, and that's the way forward. So obviously we're going to take the dead end first. Now, obviously, if you're paying attention, you can see there's this unbroken wall until right there. So you always want to investigate breaks in the wall. And if, let's see, whoops. You can see there's an archer guy right there. You can see his crossbow. So normally what would happen is you would go down here, you'd probably miss him, you'd walk out there, and then while you're engaging in the enemies down there, he'd be shooting you from behind. But being an astute observer will help you avoid that trap first time. Here, you got dogs. Dogs are a real pain if you don't have a weapon that's fast enough. Also, when you're dealing with multiple enemies, sometimes it's nice to not lock on, so that one enemy can't sneak up behind you. It's a little harder to aim, because it's not guaranteed that your sword will make contact. It's not guaranteed either way. Sometimes you can be locked onto an enemy, but your attacks will still miss, just because they might move out of the way. But it does help to be locked on against a solo enemy like this guy. But with multiple enemies, you want to maintain situational awareness rather than focus on one NPC. Okay. And the backstab. Backstabs are pretty easy. They're kind of cheap. There are some enemies where it's nice to have the option. But I always wish there's a way to disable the use of backstabs, simply because they make some encounters a lot easier if you just want to cheese it. You can just, you know, circle the enemy until they try and attack you, in which case they will stop turning, and then you'll get behind them and backstab. That's a nice, cheesy way to deal with some of these guys. Okay. So we're going to grab that item because we need to grab it fast, and you'll see why in a second. You can see that enemy. It's not what he appears to be. He's secretly an asshole. We're not even going to bother fighting him because enemies like that are really brutal. And no matter what stage of the game I'm in, those guys are tough. I just actively avoid them. As you can see, you can even riposte big jumping attacks like that. Being followed. Okay, good. I think we got what we need. Oh, actually, I think we're supposed to go up there to get the binocular. So I'm actually going to head back up there and hopefully not die immediately. Yeah, back here, I think the binoculars. Right. Nope. I have laid a trap for myself. What a fool am I? Oh boy, I'm getting assaulted left and right. Okay. Alright, so we're moving on. Let's see. See, we could head down there, and normally I would tell you to do so, but I know it's down there. I don't need to head down there, basically. There's a guy there. The light kind of draws your eye, which is nice. But he doesn't move, so it's still a little deceptive. That is a locked door that will end up being a shortcut later. And it'll be really nice because what you can do is you come from that bonfire, run down these stairs, you drop off this ledge onto that shelf right there, fall off that so you're not taking any damage, and then you'll go through the door to the shortcut. But that is not open to us as of now, so we're going to head over here. Actually, I'm going to sit down so there we go. Get the Estus flask and a little bit of health back. Alright. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of enemies standing around doing nothing. It looks like they're worshipping these trees, which is interesting. There's also this guy wandering around. We're going to kill him because he's going to aggro. Now this guy, when he sees you, he's going to ring that little lantern, and then he's going to draw the attention of enemies that would not normally pay attention to you. See that guy, he was just standing there praying. But when the guy rang his little torch and did the scream, a normally docile enemy aggroed us. Alright, we also see Big Dragon. Hello, Big Dragon. Although, let me correct myself, not a dragon. The game will reference these as dragons. They're liars. These are drakes. Or perhaps wyverns. Probably wyverns, actually, because I've seen the drake, and drakes don't look like that. Dark Souls 1, you learn that basically in the creation of the world started out as just giant trees and giant dragons. And that was it. And dragons always had one eye, 4 wings, and 4 limbs. As you can see, this is a weaver because it does not have 4 limbs. You'll see it have 2 hind legs back there. It has 2 eyes, disqualified there. It only has 4 limbs because the wings and the front 2 arms are bound together. They're not the same as a dragon. Dragons are very different. All the dragons, as far as I know, in Dark Souls 3 are dead. There is no remaining dragons. All you'll see is wyverns and drakes. So do not be deceived. Okay. You can see, you can tell that box is lit up, but there doesn't seem to be a correct source of light. Look around. I guess the light's coming in through there. But always beware of boxes. There may be enemies hiding behind them. Always beware of enemies sitting on the ground doing nothing, because they will inevitably betray you. Is there an item over here? That there is. That's good, yeah. If you kill that guy, you can largely come around and get the item, and then you'll see that there's the trap waiting for you. And see, he's programmed to come out swinging faster than he normally would, so that he'll catch you off guard behind the boxes. As you can see, there's an item that we see but we can't get, which is a hint that if you go through the whole level and you don't find a way to get to it, you've missed something. Oh! I did miss something, excuse me. We're gonna head up here. We're gonna kill Mr. Screamy Face. Did he get anyone? No. Okay, cool. I can see we're now on the other side of this dragon. Drake. Wyvern. And we can drop down here, and that's going to lead to the item I was just showing you earlier. But before we do that, I'm going to head up here, because I believe this is where we get the binoculars. Ooh. Careful. Careful of them surprise attacks. There we go. Binoculars. Binoculars are really nice. For one, they get you, if you're a lore person, they get you detailed, you know, close-up observation of an enemy from far away or on the body of an enemy, where details would be kind of small to catch. Is this a developer message or is this online? Read message. Type spot ahead, therefore try thrust. Oh, Dark Souls community. So asinine. TTS at ass. Alright. Gold pine resin, that's going to apply lightning to a weapon temporarily. I just have an aversion to weapons applying things temporarily, for some reason. Especially when you use the item and it's gone. I don't know, I just don't like using limited resources. I like to do what I can with respawning resources. Yeah, sure. Yeah. I'm being left alone. This guy, he seems nice. Alright, so we're gonna go down this ladder, because that's the only way to progress. Ooh. Looking around, nothing here. Grab the item, all the souls. I would recommend not using the souls as soon as you get them. They're really nice if you're just like a little ways away from the level, and you don't want to go back and farm to close the gap. You could just pop some of the small souls. And then we get to end game. Ooh, I can use my ability. There we go. See, that's how stance works. dodge all the way that. Now, you don't want to just block his arrows because they have fire damage. As you can see, they are blitz aflame. So blocking them, you would block all the physical damage, but you would still take fire damage. So let's go up here. Oh my god. Let's not go up here. And we're safe. So he is going to do that every time you draw his ire here. There's a nice item I want to get. If we could get it, you can kind of see it over there. It's the Claymore. Very nice weapon. However, my favorite weapon is actually the broadsword. It's got limited range, but you can get around the limited range. It's pretty nice. Now the dragon is still, excuse me, Weaver. Yeah, he can breathe spit hot fire down here. So we're going to want to maybe draw his ire up here. And then hopefully we should be able to get around him, without him breathing down here. Okay. Let's grab this item. I'll just go ahead and fill up. We're about to get to a bonfire pretty soon. And we're about to face one of your first significantly tougher enemies. We'll want to take care of these guys first. Alright. Oh, he has an aggregate. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and take him on. This is a Lothric Knight. These are a poor excuse to replace the Black Knights that we all know and love from Dark Souls 1. They're still pretty tough, though. Also, if you notice, he did a shield bash against me. Shield bashes don't do much damage, but they take a lot of stamina. Don't know exactly how that works. Ooh! As you can tell, he's got similar movesets to the way we do. Ooh. Whew. I'm getting wrecked, son. He does quite a bit. Let's just... Ooh, I didn't do that right. Ooh, I forgot I didn't have... I had the parry rather than... Let's try this. Oh, that was miserable. There we go. You can see that took a pretty heavy chunk off of him. Doesn't look like you can parry that. I need to get out of here. Alright. Man, if you miss that first attack, it's hard to get that parry in. No. Whew. Oh, I'm out. I am out. See what I mean? You just kind of circle around him, take care of him. But he's almost gone now. Woo. There we go. All right. Didn't have to cheese him necessarily. Okay. Here's another reason why we want to go up there, despite the fact that there's a Weaver in there, is because we can get in here and have a nice little door unlocked. Honestly, there's not really much to get up there. It's just nice to unlock things. It just feels good, you know? Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and grab this item, some firebombs. There's some guys down there, but we're not gonna bother with them right now. We're gonna take an alternate path. Remember what Senpai told you. Always take the alternate path. Here we got another bonfire. We're quite a bit of souls now, so I'll probably head back for that. Pro tip. Oh! See, I don't know everything, despite what you may think. But, danger zone? No. So, basically what that is alluding to is that you could shoot the Weaver from here if you want to kill it. It does not drop much of work. It drops like a large Titanite shard or something like that. Like it's really not very rewarding, aside to just get him out of the way. However, I'm not sure if it applies if you're all the way up here, but if you're down there and you think he's not going to turn around when you start shooting from behind, he will. They're not going to let you off that easy. And he'll start breathing fire in that area. Let's go ahead and travel. You don't have to go all the way back to... Normally, you know, this whole page is going to fill up with a lot of different locations. Luckily, they add Firelink to the bottom of every page, so you don't have to scroll back to the Firelink page and then click Firelink Shrine. You can just find the Firelink icon at the bottom, which is very nice. Go back, level up with the Firekeeper, and let's put what do we want to put into.
Welcome home, speak.
See, I think.
Very well, then take none.
Let's see, our Estus flasks still don't heal for much, so there's not much point in filling with vigor. So let's go endurance, vitality. I think we're doing good with damage. Let's go more endurance. As you can see, that Lothric Knight was taking off some pretty hefty chunks. Did I level up one more? Okay, yeah. He's taking up pretty hefty chunks of our stamina, so the more stamina we have, the more we can block him more frequently. Alright. Reinforce weapon. I don't want to reinforce a longsword. I'd rather reinforce a broadsword once we find it. Broadswords are my favorite. Nah. Let's go ahead and level up longsword. This is new character. Let's do interesting things. And I mean, the cool thing is that you know, weapons are early game weapons are just good. Like they don't give you bad weapons early in the game. I mean, all weapons are equal in their own ways. Some weapons will have a lot better, you know, stats for combat, but they'll be very heavy. Some weapons have like faster movesets, but lower scaling with your strength and your dexterity, you know, stuff like that. So you really can't go, as long as you like the weapon that you're using, it's really hard to go wrong, necessarily. When you get to PvP, it's different, though. If it's, you know, little weird things about weapons and movesets and whatnot that can dictate the weapon's viability in PvP. We're not going to work out with that right now. No, I don't have an Undead Bone Shard. Burning Undead Bone Shards is what is going to make our Estus Flasks stronger and heal for more. And once they can start doing that, then I'll consider leveling up bigger. Which mathematically doesn't make sense because your max health right now is only going to be the health of, you know, assuming that you let your health get low and then you try and refill it up with Estus Flasks. Basically, your health total is your health bar plus all the health you get from your Estus Flasks. And really, it's your max health bar is much less important than how much your Estus Flasks heal for. Because every time you level up one Estus Flask, that means all 4 of my Estus Flasks now add that much more health, which means I get that much more total health throughout a fight. The only reason you want to go increase your max HP, really, is so that you don't get one-shot by really heavy boss attacks. Ah, curses. There we go. Now we're coming from behind that Lothric Knight. Let's go ahead and try and engage that region. I think we can make it. Ah! So many enemies. Here we go. Take care of my problems for me. Oh, that Lothric Knight's still there. Okay. Alright. Easy as that. Alright. Now, I think, can we make that jump? Let's try. Ah, there, I think I could have. Alright. Demon. Alright. So, in case you haven't played Dark Souls 1 or 3, there's a little thing called a Mimic. Mimics look exactly like treasure chests, except that normally, a normal treasure chest, the chain here is coiled away from you. This is coiled towards us, which means it's a Mimic. There's another way you can tell it's a Mimic. You can see that it's breathing. I think if you get the right angle, you can tell that it's got the teeth. Come on, buddy. There you go. Now, the thing that's scary about mimics is they do still have items in them, and good ones at that, usually. So we are going to want to engage in this mimic at some point. I don't know if we're going to call that point now, though. Another pro tip, there's an item you can get called Undead Hunter Charm. And if you throw an Undead Hunter Charm at a sleeping mimic, it will open up and allow you to take the item without having to fight it. Now, one thing you do want to be wary of is that you can't just open it, because if you try opening it, it will gobble you up and eat you, and at our health right now, that would be one shot. It takes a while before you have enough health to avoid being one shot by that attack. So how you would wake it up normally is you would kick it or you would hack at it and you'd get some pretty good damage in it while it's still waking up and trying to stand up. But they are freaky beings. So we're just going to avoid that right now. There's that Lothric Knight still. Let's wait for him. Okay. Okay, now it's a ways until our next bonfire, so I'm going to go ahead and heal here again. Have I aggroed? Oh. Why can't I... There we go. Okay. Alright. There's a Lothric Knight starting in here. I think we can avoid him. Yeah, we're gonna wait until this guy comes around, and we're gonna give him a drop attack. The good old fall around, I'll say. And he's dead. There's that enemy over there. If you watch full of him. There we go. Beware of this hole down here. It will drop you down to face another enemy, and we're gonna go ahead and face that enemy, but we're gonna do it the right way. And whoop. Alright, okay. Remember what I said about destructible objects with enemies hiding behind them. As you can see, this angle, you can see there's that hollow right over there. This is where it's going to teach you about exploding barrels. He's going to throw a little explosion over here. Normally it wouldn't be that big of a deal, but this is a room full of exploding barrels. So you're going to want to avoid that at all costs. Luckily, if you roll through them... Excuse me. Well, if you roll through them, they're not going to get destroyed. Those barrels are actually fine. It's the barrels that seem like they have like some kind of cloth packed over them. Those are going to be exploding barrels. Alright. Woo! Didn't even notice him. I was distracted. Lucky he didn't backstab us. Alright. Let's see. Okay, yes, down here. There's another guy. Look, there's another guy. No. Okay. Alright, so there's Grey Rat. He's a buddy. He's cool. We don't have the key to unlock him yet, so we'll have to come back when we do. I don't think I've mentioned this yet, but when you're going up ladders, if you hold down the sprint button, you go up a little faster. And if you hold down the sprint when going down, that's how you slide down. You saw that earlier. Alright. Oh. Item. Alright, so we already triggered this ambush here. And there's going to be this guy coming up too. Now, I wasn't able to get to him in time, but if you see an enemy coming up over a ledge to ambush you, if you strike them once while they're still in the getting over the ledge animation, they'll just fall off and die, which is very nice. These guys are worshipping this wyvern. They are not going to be a threat. They don't aggro under any means, so we're good. Now, let's take a look with this Estus flask that we found a while, with the binoculars we found a while ago. As you can see, there's some more of those under the trees. We got a couple of these guys worshiping. One of them is going to stand up when we could draw near. He's going to be one of those big nasties, the big worm thing with claws, like we saw in Edict's Gundyr and the NPC earlier on in the High World Walker. However, good thing is that I know where he is, and you will know where he is. So what we're going to do is we're going to kill him before he transforms, and he should be all okay. And there we go. Problem solved. You see, he's already getting mid-transformation right there. Also, we're going to see you guys. These are crystal lizards. Crystal lizards, killing them gives you a nice gem. Ooh, we got a raw gem. That's pretty good. Crystal lizards, when you kill them, they give you the gems. The giant crystal lizard that we faced earlier in the game that was rolling around and that we got all those front stabs on him, those visceral attacks. He is basically one of those tiny little things, but he ate like a giant soul or something and became deformed and McNasty. Crystal lizards, at least these tiny ones, one thing you want to know about it is that when they see you, they start running away and you have to chase them. Sometimes they'll lead you in trap. That's kind of rare though. They don't tend to do that very often. But they will disappear if you don't hit them or kill them quickly enough. All you need to do is exit your game and then go back into your game and they'll be there again. So that's a nice way to get back a crystal lizard if you missed it, if you want to deal with an NPC somewhere else. Alright. Actually, before you do that, we got a ledge. Now, there's nothing to drop off of down here, but we can, again, take a look with our nifty binoculars, take a look of the scene. As you can see, I didn't get a good angle. But there is a knight down there walking around. You've probably seen him. There's a statue. There's some lore significance to that statue. You can see there's an item up there, so we'll want to keep that in mind. Item over there on that railing, keep that in mind. If you can see through that tree, there's an item there. So getting an overlook of oh, there's a guy over there too. Getting an overlook of an upcoming area is always nice. You can start from these angles. You can see some stuff that you might miss from the ground level. Okay. Alright, so here is going to be some Lothric Knights. These are pretty tough. I'll go ahead and see if I can take them on, though. There's going to be a guy either around the corner or coming up through there. You also want to kill these guys, though. And this is going to lead us to him and an item. I forget, is this the key? No, it's just a shard. Oh! He didn't fall. What am I doing? Erg. You can see that Lothric Knight in there. Nice little preview for us. Interesting. I don't know why. I was trying to press the L stick to dodge, which is obviously not the dodge button. Let's go ahead and grab that item, just so that if we die, we already got this accomplished. Alright. This guy is McNasty. Very fast. Got a wide array of attacks in a long range. And that spear does a whole lot out of our stamina and our health. And I could see we must have aggroed another enemy earlier too. Whew. He does stagger easily, which is nice. A little early. Whew. Ooh. Ooh, I forgot. They can hold their guard up even. There we go. All right. Ember. Now, let's see. I know there's a shortcut to a bonfire coming up, but I still want to fight that winged knight. We've already cleared up this area. Let's see. I think I'm going to unlock the. I'm going to Ember real quick, because Ember will give us more life. Where do we go? Equipment. Ember. Now it will also make us open to PvP, so hopefully this won't backfire. Max health increases. Oh, chunk. Nice. And we now have refilled. Now we've already Ember, which we can't do that again, so I need to be careful with how we go about this. So I'm going to skip this Winged Knight that you're going to see coming up for now. And then we'll come back to him once I unlock that shortcut. Alrighty then. Hey Patrick, how do we ban people from the Twitch stream? How do you ban people from the Twitch stream? Those guys being pretty nasty for no reason. Yeah. Bye-bye. Uh-huh. Says the guy who's complaining because he got kicked off the stream for being a douchebag. Sheldon, nice. I get that a lot, actually. People think I'm Sheldon. I guess I look like him. There we go. Oh, you're still alive. Got it. Alright, cool. Yeah, no problem. He just showed up. And don't forget the item back here. And here's that shortcut I was telling you about. Take care of this guy too. This item here. Back up this way. Oh, I'm being chased by doges. Alright. Who can I summon? No, I don't want to. How many souls do we have? I don't feel like going back yet. We're gonna fight a boss soon. Yeah, I guess. Don't want to lose too much. Always keep in mind, if you've got enough souls to level up, find a way back to Bonfire. And find a way back to Firelink. You don't want to lose all those, because you got greedy. Better to have souls invested and unlosable rather than still in your inventory.
Welcome.
All right. Yeah, let's just do Endurance again. Endurance is nice.
Farewell, Ashen.
Still don't have an undead bone shard, do we? I forget. Well, I think the first time we get that is actually in the next area. So we're gonna. Oh, I went to the long bonfire. Are you filling up the chat? Nice, nice. Leave that last one. It's fine. No, never mind, never mind. All right. All right, let's go. High wall, yes, high wall is where we want to be. That's where the shortcut was. So coming up on a boss in a little bit. We're actually coming up on 2 possible bosses if we wanted to. There is a way to unlock like an end game boss at this point in the game. I don't recommend it, but unlocking that boss also unlocks like an end game region. So if you're really good, this is the cool thing about Dark Souls is that if you are skilled enough, the game allows you to use your skill to compensate for your lack of stats. So there are ways you can take on like end game stuff without any, you know, late game gear, as long as you're good enough. I've seen people play all of Dark Souls 1 with a Guitar Hero controller and nothing but a broken sword, and they're starting rags, not even armor. Anything is possible in Dark Souls if you just believe, eh? Very nicely done. That was actually kind of lucky. I was getting a little sloppy there. And whoop. And we're just gonna... Actually, we probably need to take care of these guys because I actually am going to stick around for a little bit. Normally, because we're getting pretty close to the first boss of the area soon, normally you just kind of run through here and go straight to the fog wall, which is going to be over to the right. Let's see. Let's go ahead and head up here. Actually, yeah, this is nice. This is nice. I'm going to grab this item and also... Whew, fall off. That didn't work. That's fine. Go ahead and take on the Winged Knight of Lothric after we kill the mobs that are in this area, because there's 1 or 2 hiding mobs. I think it's just that guy up there, right here. There we go. All right, Winged Knight time. This guy can definitely be pain. But you can't be backstabbed. Always helpful. Woo, 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 woo. I got hit by all of that. Damn, son. Hey, he's already dead. Keep in mind, if you get him to like half health, he does have a new attack, a miracle, where he just kind of like does this, and then lights start falling from the sky and kill you. No fun. Oh, it's fun, but you die. If you can have fun with dying, I'm sure it's fun. That's fine. All right. Let's see, I'm gonna clear this area, but then I'm gonna go back and get some full Estus flasks before we fight the boss, which is just down that way. I am still Ember, which means I'm still vulnerable to PvP. We are connected to the internet, obviously. Okay. I didn't realize there's a pilgrim right there. And pilgrims all up in here. Huh. Lore, lore, lore. Ooh, took a lot from us. Ooh. We got lucky there. He totally missed on accident. Rather than missing on purpose, like Lothric Knights tend to do. Ah! Shut up, these guys are hard. Okay. There we go. See, it's a little cheesy. If you're having trouble with one of these guys, all you gotta do is just kind of backstab him. But the mechanic is there, and I'm gonna take use of it while it is. Alright, this guy should be easier. It's really the spear great shield guys, because the shield spear combo is really nasty. Ooh, ooh. Oh. I gotta be very careful. Oh. Not like that. So now I'm being super cheesy. Oh, thank you. Yeah. How much longer? Okay. Okay. I guess I'll take on Vort if I can. I'll take on Vort if I can. I'll take on Vort, the boss. Yeah. All right. So, quick tip. This is Emma. She's going to give you basically the key to getting to the next area of the game after you kill the boss down that hallway. If you kill her, she'll drop an item, and if you bring that item back here to the knight decapitating himself, you will unlock a late game boss way earlier in the game. Of course, we don't want to do that because that boss is pretty hard, pretty difficult. So we're going to continue on as the game intends us to. Let's see. There's also a pretty ballsy knight back here. He's kind of tough. I don't remember what he drops. Whoop, whoop. We're going to head back, heal up, and then we'll go ahead and engage Vort of the Boreal Valley. First boss of this the main game, outside of Eudix. What am I doing? Bonfire's up there. I guess I'm kiting him. I'm kiting him, yes. I don't know if you can hear the music. Alright. Am I still being followed? No, okay. Gotta watch out for that. Sometimes there are enemies that will follow you for quite some time. Alright, we killed all these fools, yes. Oh, the dogs. I forgot about the dogs. They might be the end of me. Right here. Yep, we got dogs. We no longer have dogs. Alright. I don't really... Yeah, 1500's not really worth going back to Firelink 4. I don't think that's even a level. So we're just gonna head down this way, head down this way. And is he following? Good, good. Not following. We're gonna go ahead and engage the first boss. Endearingly known as Doge Knight. And you'll understand why in a moment. Take a little bit of a shortcut. Yep. Avoid all this stuff. Let's see, I think, are these guys gonna stop? Nah, doesn't matter. Tree. Alright. Hello, gaping vagina door. Alright. I'm not gonna spoil this for you guys, go ahead. Ah, Doge Knight. The thing about Doge Knight is you want to stay up right up there in this grundle. It's hard for him to hit you while you're down here. Now we gotta be careful. He's about to do this. Always goes in threes. And now he's going to charge with an ice blast, and we're gonna smack him out of it. And oh, now I am stuck. Gets me out. Woo! Ah, I had him low. No fun, Doge Knight. No fun. Yeah, gotta be careful about getting stuck with bosses in corners, because that one. All right. I did die to Vort. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'll get one more try. I think we can kill the Doge Knight, because I got him pretty low there. Woohoo! I almost died because of a simple rule. When you're facing up against the boss, you can anticipate they're going to die a few times. So when you have an elevator involved in the route back to the boss, it's always nice to send the elevator back up to its starting position once you get to the bottom. As you can see, this elevator is triggered by this bottom panel. So I'm just going to run through. And now if I die again to Vort, that's going to be at the top the next time I'm going to use it. So I don't have to pull the lever and wait for it on the way back. All right, let's try this again. Hello, Vorty-Poo. I should be two-handed because you don't block many boss attacks, usually dodge, especially points. Also, if you noticed, right before I died last time, I got frostbitten. Frostbitten basically means that I don't know if you take any increased damage, but your stamina regeneration is handicapped severely. And you get frostbitten by taking his attacks too much. It builds up a frostbitten meter, like that. Now, this really is going to be a very big deal, if I remember right. Woo! But yeah, it goes away pretty quickly. Ooh. Ooh. Going toe-to-toe with the boss damage is the thing. Whoa, one more hit. There we go. Down goes Vort of the Boreal Valley. Grab his soul again. Once we kill the second boss, we will be able to use his soul to create items specific to Vort. And let's go. And we also got 3,000 souls. And we just got back our 1,500 from earlier. Got our bonfire. This is opened. I need to go back to M and actually get the item that will let us cross, that'll let us go down to the next area. And we'll go ahead and end the playthrough on that note. Hopefully I won't die in this attempt. Another thing to note is that now that I've killed a boss, killing a boss automatically embers you, which can be a good and bad thing. It means I got more health. Woo! It also means that I'm vulnerable to be invaded. It also means that you can help other people in their worlds, which is nice. Maybe that's why they put that there, so that you can keep fighting the boss over and over again to help other people before you move on to the next part of the game. What? No. Okay.
I am Emma.
Emma, High Priestess, Lord Ascender, they have left. Turning Home, at the bottom. Small left banner. Okay, that's what we want. Normally I would, in a normal playthrough, I would definitely follow all her dialogue and whatnot, but that's not what we're working with right now. Okay. Woo! Woo! Alright, alright, alright. Excuse me. Coming through. Alright. Please follow me here. No, it doesn't look like it. Alright, about to end the playthrough. Yeah, I just got the banner. Alright, and you're gonna get gorgeous vista. And then we're going to get a nice little throwback to Dark Souls 1. Again, little things you'll miss if you haven't played Dark Souls 1. Alright, now you can raise the banner. Before we do that, I want to take a look. Okay, so basically the rest of the game is this. All of it, minus the shoreline over there. All of this is the different regions you'll be playing in later in the game. And if you take out your binoculars, you can get pretty decent visual. You can see little hints of something over there in the clouds you can't see. You can see there's a structure back there in the mountains. There's that over there. That over there is actually going to be the next fight, the next boss fight. Because we're going to get dropped off way back basically toward the end where the middle of the camera is. And we're going to work our way back through there. And then where are we going to go? We'll go down here, and then you'll go over to that big cathedral over there. We'll come back, go through there, over there, and then you go underground up into that area. And then once we're through that area, you'll be pretty close to done with the game. And of course, there's a way to get over there and stuff like that. All right, so let's go ahead and raise the banner. Okay, I'm not gonna die. Such arm strength you have. Okay, so it looks like we're going to wind, actually. We're starting sort of like back middle, and then we're going to head all the way back there. And then... not 100%. That's fine. Ooh, look, a dragon. All of these guys. Ooh, that's nice detail. You can see all of those guys are dead, except see that one right above my head? See how you can see his clothes moving? It's a nice little, and you can see him moving. It's a hint he is not dead, and you can talk to him. But that is all for our playthrough today. Thank you for watching TWIOCH Gaming on Twitch here. Hope you had a good time. Got some nice, helpful tips from a Dark Souls vet. And I will see you later. Pretty well.